Today I realized that having purpose doesn't mean that you would have to always do something great to be better, to better yourself. There's been a misconception in my own understanding between having purpose and being in the thrill zone. Because most of the time, people in social media often preach purpose alongside with video clips of people skydiving, people driving, drifting, people jumping up and down and having the time of their lives. No, having purpose is having direction with your life. I didn't mean that. I don't mean that if you're doing all those types of activities you don't have direction. Of course, you have direction one way or another. It's just that are you aware of the direction of your life? That's what having purpose is for, because having purpose allows you to be aware of the direction you want to go in your life. And often I see in social media people preaching about purpose is that not only that it gets featured alongside with these fun activities, but also the grandiose scheme of everything. Like, you have a place for, let's say, the Senate. You have a place for something bigger than yourself. Having place in an important circle, having a place in a secret society, something like that. No. Having purpose. Having purpose is just to make yourself aware that you have a direction, a compass, a yes and a no. And I noticed this with myself that sometimes when things get boring, there are things that are happening. Like, there's a point in your everyday life that things kind of feel more mundane. Things feel like are out of touch. They're not what you want. They're not quote unquote purposeful to you because of how mundane it is, how mediocre it is. I've noticed with myself that I tend to get frustrated with it. I get frustrated with the stillness and calmness of my of these these kinds of days that I'd have. And instead of like just being chill about it, being calm about it, I disrupt my own peace. I disrupt my own let's say path just to feel the feel just to feel the thrill of uh pursuing my goals, my purpose. And what ends up happening to me is that just so I could feel like I am progressing, that I am improving, that I am pursuing my purpose, I just undermined my own progress. Instead of believing, instead of trusting, instead of having faith in my own work, my own progress, instead of sticking through it till the end, I change course. I abandon it. While reasoning out and justifying myself through the process. And one of the major examples of that is, oh, I'm not gonna leave it, I'm gonna continue it next time. Through my unwillingness, nothing great comes out of it. And I end up with a lot of open domains. Domains that I have experience and skills of, but hardly any remarkable work done in it. So here I am, trying to distinguish purpose and thrill by actually committing to one thing despite the boring time I have with it, and being chill about it instead of disrupting my own flow just to risk it all for something that has no foundation for me to even cross to. And if you're watching this, I promise I will not skip a week of posting vids. And thank you for still being here, listening to me, even with my chaosy decision making with my life, chaosy ability to understand what my life should be. So thank you. I'll be back with some boring videos. Bye bye.